Hey everybody, it's Lewis Porter Jr. I'm driving in my car because I've got an event to go to today. So I'm driving, bringing back old school. This is how we used to do it back in the day when we had a $1 budget, had to be in the car. Like I used to be. Today, of course, in sunny Florida. Behind me, it is sunny, bright, it's raining and thunderstorm, so this is Florida. Rain is natural, so it happens. So, those things are going on. So, like I said, the reason I'm in this car is I'm driving to another event for work. And when I have events for work, I got to speak. A lot of people don't know. They go, but Lewis, you're a graphic designer. Yes, I'm a graphic designer. I do web design, but once in a while I have to actually go out and speak in the public and get in the public eye and talk to them. And basically that's it. It's not really that difficult, but it's a lot of fun. One of my coworkers, she's a little hoarse, as I've described her today. She sounds like this. Oh, this connection sounds really bad. Yeah, I'm not surprised the connection is not that great since I'm in my car driving. So this is going to be a little rough one. This isn't going to be the best one yet. That happens sometimes when we're driving. But as always, we hope you ask questions. Remember to ask questions below. Well, for me it's below. For you it's probably the side. Ask questions. Because I'm going to be driving and talking about, how you can be helpful. So last night I was talking to another game writer about the industry in general and some stuff like that. And, go forward. It came to me kind of, how can you be more helpful in this industry? And I don't mean just like the basic helpful people are thinking, cute girls. I mean in the sense really of helping people out. But a lot of people don't realize this. When we're doing this whole thing, we're doing it, we're loving it, we're having a great time, and you see set at cons, and we're there, and we're laughing and cheering. That's when we're at cons. Usually we're all lonely in our own rooms, working by ourselves. If we're lucky, we're playing some music in the background. Sometimes we can't even do that because some of us can't work with music on. So it's kind of, it's a very solitary life. And most of the stuff we do is all inside of our head. It's very all in here. It's all in here. So I get it out through here and then on the paper or whatever. And it's very much that. That's very much the life we do. That's it. It's interesting and a little, that's a little solitary. It's very solitary. So it can come across, when we're working on stuff that we really don't know what we're doing. At least in our heads. We'll be doing stuff and we'll be like, yeah, I'm good, I think, maybe, sorta, kinda. So it's very, very solid. It's just a very solitary, just living. And, this is something I started doing more often. I mean, I've been writing more people. That's why I do this, to get out to talk to more people. And, yeah, I mean, David, it's true, man. You forget what the outside world looks like because you get trapped in this little world of us doing stuff. And when actually, I don't think a lot of people know this. From, what was it? From 2007? Yeah, sometime in 2007 when I did this. So, I just left Macy's for another job, working with another company. I started working with this company. I hated working for him. I mean, the guy was just, just douche-tastic. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't stand this guy. This is not going to work out. And the guy's like, well, I'm going to have to let you go. And I was like, thank God. Oh, now I don't have to quit. Now I can get that unemployment and be good. And so I went home, and this was living in Fort Lauderdale, my own apartment before I was married. I went home, and I was like, I really haven't taken any time off. I really haven't taken any substantial time off. I've never been a big vacation person. I've worked generally, year round. I'll take a couple days here, a couple days there. I don't take long vacations where I go places and stuff. It's just, A, I don't have a lot of money. B, I don't want to go alone. So I was like, what's the point? Well, this time I decided, I'm taking a vacation. And I'm going to take, and I remember how I came up with the number. I was like, I'm taking 6 months off. I'm taking 6 months off, totally and complete. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to work on the company and myself, and I'm not going to do anything else. And like during this, and it sounds crazy. I mean, you're like, wow, that just sounds like kind of stupid. But, and you got to remember, 2007 is like right before the crash happened. So this is kind of one of those weird moments that just happened to work out well. like I said, I was working at Macy's, and so I cashed in some money that I had from my 401k, and I just said, I'm going to pay my rent 6 months in advance. The place, they loved it. They're like, wow, we love you already. You already know you can pay on time, but this is even greater. So I paid 6 months in advance, so I didn't have to worry about that. Next thing I did, I cut my phone, kept my internet, but I cut my cable. I just had internet. That's all I had. And I said, I'm going to figure out how to live without TV, as it were. But it was an expense I couldn't afford, and I said, screw it, let's not do it that way. And so I built a kind of schedule for myself to work, which was actually pretty awesome. I would work pretty much a 9 to 5 kind of thing. It really was more like 9 to 3, really. So, but really, it was more than that. Okay, whatever. So, I would go into work. My office was my work, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'd forcibly get myself up and go out and work at the time, Borders. But it forced me to be in the public, to see people, to see me working, so I could go somewhere, because that's 90% of it. When you work a job, people expect to see you, you expect to go somewhere. But when you're freelance, you spend a lot of time alone. You're at your house by yourself, and it's like, and after a while, you can be a little crazy doing that. So I got out. I went out of my house. I went out, and I built a schedule. The schedule worked great. 2 days a week I was out of the house. 3 days a week I was in. And on the weekends I'd work just as I felt like. And I did this. I did that probably schedule for like 3-4 months, and it worked very, very well for me because first and foremost, I was just working on making products. I was just making products, looking at stuff, researching stuff. Going into Borders was great, but looking how people sell things, looking how stuff looks on the shelves, thinking about how my stuff will look on the shelves. So I did a lot of that kind of stuff, and it just was a lot of fun for me as a publisher and someone interested in the whole process. So I really enjoyed it a lot. I dug it. I totally dug it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it just worked very well. It was a great idea. But also during that time, I also reached out to people and called people up, talked to them, and it was good to do that. It's just, as great as we are, we'll do stuff and we'll just not have anyone to bounce off of. So a good idea might be better than we think it is until we hear someone bounce it off or get some feedback. Because inside your head, some things sound awesome that aren't, and some things that sound horrible are not either. So it's like you need that feedback. You need something. And we're talking, this is 2007, so it's been like 10 years since I did that. And now with the internet, you can basically do that kind of effect with Facebook and get live, super live feedback on your ideas and your concepts and what you're going with. And I know some people do that. I think it's also a great way to help you as a publisher or someone who's in the field to grow your influence and interest. Look, Transparency Agenda is something I do because I like talking about the industry. I'm fascinated by the industry. I like talking to other people about it. I like hearing other people's views, knowing different people's opinions, and let's talk about it. But at the same time, let me not kid anybody, I'm also building a fan base of people who watch these videos, who are interested, who want to see what I have to say, because sometimes it's going to be controversial, and sometimes it's going to be interesting, and sometimes it'll be just garbage, but then sometimes it'll be like awesome nuggets of information. I'm sorry I keep playing with my freaking windows. My AC is shot in this car. We all know this. So I'm always going to be playing with the windows going up, going down, and stuff like that. This is a hot day, and I keep stopping. Look, just get used to the sound, okay? This is nothing new. We're not shooting high-budget film here. We're shooting low-budget, awesome content, and that's all that matters. The content's good. So, I want to go out of my way to make cool things that people will go, wow, that was a great piece of information. I didn't know about that. Wow, here's a great idea. He just puts it out there that I can use and help me. And that's why I do this. It's 100% about me getting to be creative. And that's why I do it. And also it ties into like me helping people. I think helping people really helps yourself. For example, there's a friend of mine, I guess he's a friend of mine now. Initially, my wife worked for a company where a friend of hers she met on the job became very, very good friends. Lucas's godmother. Her daughter, another good friend of her family, nice girl. When she was younger, she was shy, She wasn't the most confident person, you know. Her brother was very much a golden boy. I mean, this kid could do no wrong. And literally, he was actually that, you know, great looking, good student, great athlete. It's like, wow, you know, this kid basically had it all going on. Still does, great kid, don't get me wrong, great kid. And she always kind of felt, you know, she wasn't equal to him. And I was just like, always telling her, no, you can be your own person. You got to be your own self. You can't let someone else determine who you are. You've got to be you and that kind of thing. And so I've done my best to kind of always mention that to her. And she graduated 2 years back. I mean, 2 years or a year. Well, she graduated from high school. And she's been going to school part-time. And I've been asking her, well, what are you doing? What are you doing when you're not in school? What are you doing? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm not really doing anything. And I'm just like, well, why aren't you taking pictures? Well, she's a photographer, and I'd seen some of her stuff, and some of her stuff was really, really good. I mean, raw, but still very, very good. You knew that she was going to she had ability, she had a good eye, so she could be doing something great. And she's like, no, I'm not doing anything. I don't know, da-da-da. And I really got on her about it, because I was like, you got to do this. You're good at this. You got to do this. And you know what? Now I'm going to force you to do it. She's like, how are you going to do it? I'm going to bug you every day about this. Because I know you're not working. You're sitting home goofing off, not really doing anything, not without you don't really have much of a focus. You're going to do this. And you're going to do this because I said you're going to do this. Not because I'm asking you, because I'm telling you. Because talent like that, you shouldn't squander. And a lot of people don't, they don't think about that. You know, with certain talent, not everybody gets the same talent. And if you got a real good talent in something, you should never, ever just sit on your laurels and do nothing. You should be out there showing people what you do, getting them inspired, and helping them. That's like I'm doing. So my talent is talking. So I wanted to help her. So we got her basically working on stuff and doing stuff. So, and she's like, well, I don't have a big portfolio. What am I going to do? I'm like, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get on your Instagram account, and every day you're going to start with day one, and you're going to take one picture. Take a good, great picture for that day. You're going to take that picture, boom. And then tomorrow, you're going to take 2 pictures. The day after that, you're going to do 3 pictures. The day after that, you're going to do 4. And you're going to keep doing pictures. Because, and this is the part that she didn't totally understand. Oh, this guy, I'm not going to go this way. She didn't understand this initially, but I think she finally got it when I kind of announced. She's like, well, I haven't been inspired to do anything. I'm like, you need to stop worried about being inspired, and you need to think about doing work. Because too many people are waiting to get inspired. I need to get inspired to write. Man, you know what inspires me? Starving. That inspires me. Being hungry. Because when you're hungry, you figure out how to do stuff. You don't go, oh, I'm going to wait to get inspired, and my stomach is growling, I'm going to pass out. No, you're hungry, you need to eat. That's how you get inspired. And I think that was a motivator she didn't have. But she didn't have to worry about that. She said, no. So I basically became that motivator. So every day, that was cool. It fell off the thing and right. So every day, I've basically been going to her, telling her, hey, what did you do today? How much did you shoot today? How much did you shoot today? And I've been just pushing her to do it. Just pushing. Because I know if someone pushes her, she's not going to do it. So push her. So I keep doing that. And she's been doing that. And like I said, I've been very happy with the progress there. I've been happy that I could actually help like that. And I think most of us need to figure out ways that we can help each other. I mean, we're in a creative field. Let's just call it like it is. There's a lot of cool stuff we do, but we can always spend time helping each other be better at what we do, better at what's going on. It's just, you gotta try, man. You gotta try. You gotta help people. It's all about helping. What have you done that made something really helpful? When's the last time you were really helpful to somebody expecting nothing in return? That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do as creative people. That's what we need to do as people who are interested in this whole deal. That's what we have to do. So, how can you be helpful? That's important. And focus on that. And if you can help somebody, help them. Help them if it even costs you something. Help them. Inspiration, we all know inspiration, getting inspired is tough. But if we can spend a few minutes inspiring someone to be great, how much is that worth to you? How much is that worth to that person? I mean, that's some nice stuff. Most people don't get that. Most people are not going to get someone to tell them that they're awesome and they're doing great stuff. I'm just saying that's some people. That's just me. All right, this is my short drive. What do you recommend co-interest? What's your things? What reason you're looking to start? Oh, you're reluctant. All right, this is a good question. What do you recommend for co-workers that have a lot of potential, but for a reason they seem reluctant to start anything? Okay, you gotta find something that they're passionate about. Stuff in my car. Stopped by a friend of mine at work. Cause I know they ain't working, so they can talk about this. And you know me, I always like to do stuff on the fly. Hey. I'm doing my show.
Oh my! You're going to live a long time.
I'm doing my show. So
You what?
I'm doing a show.
He's live.
I do a live show every day. So I come in. My buddy Yashika here.
I don't think I have anyone.
Come down these crazy folks. Wave.
Hey, that's a blog.
It's a video blog. Yeah. What do people think? I'm legitimate. I keep telling you folks this. All right.
Legit.
So a friend of mine, one asked me, "What do you do?"
Legit.
Listen, focus.
Too legit, too quick.
Yashika.
Okay, focus.
All right.
Focus.
What do you do to recommend a co-worker who has a lot of potential, but for whatever reason they seem reluctant to start anything, even after clear direction? What do you think, Yashika? What's your opinion?
Why are you putting me on the spot?
Because that's
like
what we do,
this?
Yashika. This is a live show.
Okay, what do I do to motivate someone? Is that the question?
Who is it motivated? You know, what do you do to motivate them?
Well, you have to find out. You have to find out what the leverage is. I don't like this. So you have to find out what the leverage is. You have to find out what's really important to that person, and see. First of all, analyze: is this what they really want to do? Because it may be that you're trying to force that on that person. It may not be what they genuinely want to do.
Look at you all trying to get some education here.
So,
all look
and I'm done.
So look, you just heard it. You heard it from somebody else. I've been saying it for years. You all don't want to listen to me. You do want to listen to me. Look, said Yashika knows. Good friend. She knows what she's talking about. I'm just gonna tell you the same thing. You got to motivate yourself. That's all you got to do. All right. It's hot and I'm sweaty. As you see, I'm sweaty. I'm getting out of here. Of course, I'm legitimate. Hello, Dale. I'm Louis Porter Jr. Let's get it straight. All right. I will talk to you all later. You have a good day. We'll talk about something tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe something controversial. Maybe about, I don't know. We'll think of something. Later.